What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Crush Corner. We're back again. I had a blast last week talking to Corey, and I'm so grateful that everybody popped on here. So we're going to do it again, and we're going to keep going. As I did last week, I'd like to mention the beginning song. Always give credit to the band Spaz from Southern California, Chris Dodge and Dan Lactose. Awesome dudes. Gave me permission to use the song, so I like to give them a shout out for sure. Good power violence band from California that ran from the early 90s to about 2000. So if you have a chance, Google them, check out some stuff. It's good shit. And Corey's going to come back. Corey's going to be co-host tonight because we had such a great time. And I'm selfish and I want to hang out with my boys and talk to them. And I want everyone to hang out with us. So I think I would just go right ahead and get Corey in here. And there he is. What's up, Corey?
What's going on, buddy?
You know, doing that damn thing.
Nice. Yeah.
I see that Razion jumped on. That's cool. I haven't seen Chris in a while.
What up, Chris? I see Clarky too. Oh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me back, man. It's fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good thing. And I definitely have a good group of people that I've talked to that I'm gonna get on. Probably take a break next week for the holiday, and then following up after that, do some stuff. Definitely bringing some music into it. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. No, you're not chopped liver, Kim.
Chopped liver?
Because I haven't said hello yet. She says, "Yay, Corey."
Yeah.
What's up?
Am I chopped? She's she's
giving me a hard time, which she really likes to do.
Why? What's that?
No, Kim likes to give me a hard time, so that's what she's doing.
I mean, I think that's what family is for.
Yeah.
Family and friends. That's what it kind of should be like that.
Yeah, and Nicole, no, the kids are with their mom, so they are not locked outside in the bad weather.
I think when you bust balls, it's definitely a sign of love, you know?
Yeah.
If you're not busting somebody's balls, then that person should be worrying if you really like them or not. You know what I mean? So,
that's a very good point, man. I agree with that comment 100%.
Co-workers, family.
Yep. Absolutely.
Speaking of busting balls.
Yeah. So what's really cool about tonight, right? It's a guest.
Yeah, it's a guest. Absolutely. Yeah. Joe Federico is going to be on tonight. Some people know him as Joe Cool. I call him Joe Cool. Maybe we could even ask him why.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Lori. Hey, Laura.
It's great. It's interesting too, the connection for Joe and I particularly, because we, like you and I, we have the connection way back to third grade. We go through grammar school, come up to high school, and we split up in the sense of schooling, but always obviously stayed in touch. And then I should ask Joe this, and I'm just burnt because it's been so long, but I know he was in Central for a little bit. I'll ask Joe. And then it was
I think for 1 year, I believe.
For 1 year, yeah. I have no recollection of that. And then when we started to do, we continued to hang out after school hours and stuff is when I connected with Joe and became friends. So it was probably you're talking late, mid to late 80s, and then
during the Centaur days.
The Centaur days, yeah. I call it the days of 40 ounces in nickel bags.
There you go.
And that's kind of true. So
that's so funny.
Yeah, and the 40 ounces nickel bags and hanging in Bridgeport parks, it was a park, hanging in the Park City. That's
Side Park was the place.
And then we had as we were still kids, go out of high school, going off to college, and then losing touch a little bit, and then reconnecting in whatever way it was. And for me, a big part of it was a tattoo shop, and I think that's when Joe and I reconnected, and then have stayed in touch and hung out and stuff since then, which is awesome.
Absolutely. Hey, Jen, how are you?
Oh, Jen, yes.
There is Mike. Seaside.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it, man.
So I think without further ado, we should bring Joe Cool into the Crush Corner.
Let's do it.
And there he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy?
A call to our sponsors.
I got the same glass. That is so funny.
Here we go. We got our threesome going on here. So
Nice.
My brother.
Two on top, one on the bottom. Joe, what's up, Joe?
Oh my God, Jimmy. I remember that night.
I knew it was going to go that way tonight with this stuff. So, Joe, like I was saying, we connected high school-ish times. Obviously,
yeah. I didn't know you. I only went to Central till like right before Christmas. And then I went to Notre Dame at Fairfield, and that's where I met Corey and Mike and all those guys.
Yeah.
But
I saw that.
Corey was correct. We met, like we hung out during high school because of Centaur. I've partied at your parents' house, stuff like that. But then, dude, you'll remember this story when I tell you.
Maybe.
No. I know you will, because we've talked about it before. We lost touch. Like everybody went their separate ways, like you said. And then I went to go fishing at the Cascades. And who do I stumble across is this really tiny, skinny, long-haired Jimmy Lepresti, man, on a nature hike, all zen.
No idea who that was.
Huh?
No idea who that guy is.
Completely sober. Not that there's anything wrong with not being sober or sober, but you were like so like clean and fresh, and you're like, "Hey, Joe, how's it going, man? Yeah, just finding myself."
Funny. Hey, what's up, Jeff? What's going on
with yourself, buddy?
I'm still doing that. I'm still trying to find myself.
Yeah.
Nicole's got it on point. Sounds like guys were a bunch of troublemakers in our youth. Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, Radzian has to bring up the Whirly gig, which was not near a beach, but it was a park.
True.
Not far from your house, actually. Old house.
Lincoln Park.
Yeah,
Whirly, it was like a challenge for all of us. You drink peach tree schnapps, get it, spin it, and see who could survive. It was pretty terrible, but it was hilarious.
Days.
I cannot drink anything flavored peach since those days.
Oh my God.
Oh. So, Joe, talking about this, all the history and stuff, and I know, well, for us, I think the perspective of living in Bridgeport, growing up in Bridgeport, and then ultimately moving out of Bridgeport, we still obviously have this strong sense. We run into people, mention Bridgeport. There's always some kind of landmark we can talk about, and there's definitely a strong pride. I think.
Oh, definitely.
It's a huge. So I've had conversations with people, and I say, where are you from? Where are you from? Oh, from Bridgeport. And they're like, wow, whoa, you're from Bridgeport. Oh, it's crazy there, right? And I know growing up, our perspective is different. And I hear people say that people have told me like, dude, Bridgeport's like, I don't know how true it is now. It's the armpit of Connecticut, man. It's rough.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you right now, Jimmy. If it wasn't for taxes and the school system, I would still live in Bridgeport, man. I love being from Bridgeport. I love that, like, our whole connection.
Yeah.
With our group text, it's all dudes from Bridgeport. You know what I mean? We're born. And we've all met at different times of life, but we have that Bridgeport connection, which is just good, man. I have Seaside Park Arches tattooed right on my arm right there.
Think of all the local bands we go to see too, right? Like almost everyone at least has a member from someone from Bridgeport.
I think
Hatebreed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like to me, it's almost like it's a phenomena, because there's people that aren't from Bridgeport who there's like this little bit of respect. There's something about I think there's some very rich history in Bridgeport. There's something about it, and I just wasn't sure. I don't even know why it has this super strong pride. I mean, I go back into Bridgeport, and it just comes up for me physically and mentally. I'm like, oh man, I fucking love Bridgeport.
Dude, I'm in Bridgeport almost every day because my parents still live in the same house that I grew up in. They are the last people standing. There's like the entire neighborhood is completely turned over. They're the only people that still live in the neighborhood within like a 2-block radius that have not moved.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it was a great experience growing up there, man, for a whole host of reasons. Like you said, we all met there. You know, just everything about the diversity we grew up with, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was great. And Scott says, I think he meant don't, but he says, don't forget the JD. And I think what I remember about that was your kitchen in your house.
Oh,
long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
There's some aspects we might want to forget about, or we can't remember just because of what we were
doing. Can I say one thing right now? It's just a really funny story. And I wasn't even there for it, but I think Chris Radzian and Mike Haas are watching right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I've heard this story so many times. The band Centaur was practicing in your mom's basement.
Oh, yes.
And Chris Radzian let gas out like he farted. And it sounded just like, come on, you idiots.
I mean, he's obviously a talented dude, plays guitar great, singing now. So he's got control over his sphincter to be able to make it talk, I suppose. I'm not really
Unbelievable talent.
Unbelievable talent. All right. Let's so Joe, I want to wait, before we go too far, as the comments come up, I know it gets a little tricky. There's people I want to give shout outs to and just give appreciation.
Yeah, man.
Dave is a big part of a lot of the black and white photos I've been posting.
Oh, what's up, Dave?
Yeah, he's from
stuff.
From Mass. I met Dave. God, it's been fucking, I don't even know, 20 years ago. Awesome photographer, great dude. And hopefully we'll have him on the Crush Corner in the future and come bullshit with us. I think he's got a bottle of bourbon or something.
No, is the guy that you've been sharing some of the photos with us?
Yeah, Dave's
taking. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Dave, you do some awesome work, man. I've been seeing some of your pictures.
Really good stuff.
It's awesome. So, yeah, Chris. Chris is profound. So, Joe, let's talk. I want to, in respects to the Crush, Kill, Destroy mottos and sentiment and everything, the things that last week I talked to Corey about how they kind of came into fruition and what they mean to me. And obviously the catchphrase for Crush, Kill, Destroy, do what you do it damn good. I mean, that in itself, for me, developing the brand and stuff is inspiration from my family and my good friends, you guys, just for doing life, just showing up for life and doing the best that you can. So I know we'll get into like what you're doing now for work, not actually working because a lot of us are out of work with the pandemic, and then it's kind of a gray area for me because we didn't back then kind of reconnecting. We didn't talk too much about the work, but I think I remember you talking about what you were doing before you were cooking and stuff. Was it painting or something?
Yeah, well, I worked for my father my entire life. My father always had something going on. So whatever my father had going on, I worked for him. And yes, the last thing I did as a job before what I do now was working for my father, painting cars for like 20 years.
That's right.
So it was painting cars, right? Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's then awesome. I actually had the awesome opportunity for 5 years to be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
When my second kid was born, Anthony. What up, Anthony? I know you're watching downstairs. And my boy, Joey.
Oh,
what up?
Yo, so I was able to stay home for 5 years and then have a brand new start at life. And I went into cooking because I've always enjoyed cooking. I was always a home cook and started working for a college in New Haven. Albertus Magnus for a year or so, and then finally landed a job at Yale.
Was the Albertus Magnus, was that the first cooking job? You weren't cooking anywhere else before that?
That was my first commercial kitchen job. My father had delis and stuff like that, so I always had, stuff like that, but never like big like line cooking.
Yep.
What was where'd the cooking come from? It wasn't a schooled thing or something, or what? Did you have any schooling, dude?
No, the school of my mom and dad.
The school of my mom.
Nice.
Growing up Italian and Polish guy, you know what I mean? There was a lot of cooking going on.
Nice.
And it was funny because when I was little, I always thought my mom was the cook. But as I got older, I realized my mom only cooked a few things, but my dad did most of the cooking. And I don't know, I just grew up in a household with my dad cooking, and I don't really remember cooking much, but I as soon as I started cooking, as soon as I was old enough to cook, I just loved it. And then finally got the idea at 40-something years old to start doing it for a living.
And Nicole has a question.
Oh.
Yes, I did start as a dishwasher at Yale because that's how you get into Yale. You have to do whatever job they have for you at the time.
Yeah.
Then you move your way up.
So it's almost in the sense of apprentice.
Yeah, you have to put like 500 hours in or 400 hours in as whatever job they have that day when someone calls out sick. And then you're once you put your hours in, you could bid on permanent positions. And man, I got to tell you, for guys like us, man, who, I'm good, man. I'm happy where I'm at.
What up, Tracy?
I get up, put it this way, I get up every day and I love what on a normal day before coronavirus. I get up every day and I love to do what I do because cooking is such a personal thing. I'm feeding kids their breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 4 years. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
I'm their provider.
That's
pretty
great.
Cool stuff.
Look at Nicole's first job was working at Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, that's Nicole's first job. And then Jeff just popped on. What's going up, Jeff?
What up, Jeff?
All right, that's crazy.
Hey, Tracy. Oh, look at that. Shout out to my mom, Mama Cool.
Mama Cool.
Shout out to Mama Cool.
Look at that, man. That's my mom. Kate, I don't think she's on. She's probably sleeping already, but my mom is like everybody else's mom, the best. And she's going through some tough times right now, but she's a freaking beast and she's crushing it and killing it and destroying it.
She is, dude. And that's huge, dude. And I think one thing I've definitely come to appreciate about you as a friend is the importance of family. For one, you had the time home with the boys. I've witnessed it firsthand when your family comes into the shop. Your friends, I believe, are family. So it's crazy that the connection that we had through tattoos, for one, and then to have some of your family come into the tattoo shop was incredible. And
dude, my kids get their hair cut at your shop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's wild.
I want to so I think I want to show you this clip, Joe, which I think it shows an apex of our own personal friendship, and
oh boy,
definitely stuck out in my head. No, it's really great stuff, but it was we'll take a look at it and then we'll talk about it.
Let's do another 20 years, and hopefully we can get a fucking appointment by then.
That's fantastic.
That was from.
I remember that.
One of the celebrations at the shop. I think we had. I definitely know it was me. My 20 years of tattooing. Tracy asked you to say a couple words, which ended up turning into a roast of some sorts. But it was
but it was described to me as a roast, not say a few words. And then I found out I was the only one who wrote something, so it ended up just being, wow, this guy's a dick.
Yeah. which I know now that I hear you say that, I know it's just pure
Dimitri, what's up?
Oh, Dimitri, yeah. But before the end of that speech, it was you were talking about how the family had come into shop and how I accepted them and took them in almost as my own family, which is a beautiful thing, and I love that aspect of what I do, just for the everyday client, but also for the friends that I've known forever and how it's kind of strengthened our friendship. So basically, friendship, family, wicked important to Joe Cool, and I love it. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It is very important.
Where are we at?
But that's the cool thing about us is it's
all right. This is a big thing, Joe. I want to talk to you about because,
all right.
In my eye, and
we got a little delay.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a delay? I thought so.
Yep, a little bit of
absolutely.
delay.
So,
just
you guys good?
You good?
You good?
I'm good.
Yeah. Jimmy has a little delay.
I thought we weren't going to talk about his little delay on the air.
Oh, I forgot.
Technical difficulties.
Well, hey, while you're figuring out the technical difficulties, I'm going to pour a new drink. Notice it just says gin because they did not sponsor us yet. But once they do, we'll turn the label around.
Forward thinker. I like it.
That's so funny.
Oh,
all right.
It sounds like it's like Transformers to Dimitri right now.
Oh yeah. This is the most important comment of the whole night.
Look at Jeff.
He must be looking at some other TV because it ain't us.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, Tracy got a nice. Yeah, that's true too.
That is awesome. Seems how you started this whole thing about busting balls.
All right, exactly.
All it takes is one little.
I think the delay's gone.
Yeah, it catches up. Just like the pill must have worked. I think we're fine. We're back on track.
We're back on track.
Whoa. Joe. All right, being a chef.
Hold on. Time out. I'm a cook.
Being a cook.
A cook. I just want to tell you the difference. A chef gets paid a lot of money and does a lot more work and has a lot more headaches. I go to work and they tell me what to cook and I cook it.
All right, cook. Yes, cook. Yes, cook.
Yeah. We're fools according to Razian, by the way.
Razian's nuts.
He is.
Is he? Anyway, so obviously food has been a big part of your life for a long time.
Cool.
We know Big Joe Fed way back when was Big Joe Fed for quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Right? Dude, that's great, dude. That's great because I love that photo because I fucking told you. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to swear on here? I fucking told you a long time ago, man. Dude, the Crush, Kill, Destroy, man. It became my motto. Yo, look at my boy. Shout out to Chris Thomas. Get me this coronavirus, kicking his ass in cornhole every day.
Chris.
Yo, so it was awesome when you came out with this whole Crush, Kill, Destroy because I really it fit into my whole lifestyle without ever having those words to say, oh my God, I crush, killed it, destroy it. Because look, I'm not saying it to pat myself on the back, but holy shit, dude, I was like almost 400 pounds a year and a half ago.
I know.
Yeah, that's an aspect of making the decision with the help of probably a physician, putting things in perspective and say, all right, it's time for me to do something. And
but,
you put your head.
You know me, and I've never been I'm fat or this and that. I've been the same person I've been my entire life, which makes me seem like a bigger asshole now because I'm not fat, because everybody always had sympathy for me. But I'm going to tell you right now, I was always the fat, happy guy. And I always said I could freaking die right now and I'll be happy. But I'm going to tell you the story right now. For anybody out there, I don't know how many visitors we have, the millions and millions of viewers. It's very comical. My whole life is comical. You know me. You're my boys. You know me. But thank you so much, Mary. The story is I had to find my kids' shoes, and they were under the couch. And I was like, fuck, they're probably under the couch. And you know how hard it is for a 400-pound man to get on the ground and look for shoes? And I laughed my ass off because I knew the shoes were under the couch and I didn't want to do it. And I just said, as soon as I got the shoe, I'm like, I'm having weight loss surgery. And I never looked back.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah. There he is. The man.
Look at you. You're like right on cue. Oh my God. The same hand signal and everything.
Just about.
That's some crazy shit. How'd you know I was going to say any of that?
No, but I mean, it fits into the idea of Crush, Kill, Destroy.
Yeah.
put it, doing what you do it damn good. And you totally embraced it. You prepped before surgery the right way, started taking care of yourself.
Yep.
Went into surgery, listened to what you needed to do after surgery. And
dude, I got a new lease on life. That was my luck. I had 46 and a half great years of freaking destroying my body.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take care of it. And on the days I don't, I might have a couple cocktails.
You got to find the out. It's definitely about weighing things out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No pun intended.
Right. The pun.
The pun. I hear after the weight loss thing, there was some dicey articles written about you. You were like getting crazy, getting in the public eye and shit like that. So.
Whoa! Oh my God! No! No idea! What are you doing? Wow! I mean, we know you. Like now, come on, Joe. So I thought we were friends.
I mean, that's what happens. You trim down. You're in the media.
You're right.
Right, Corey?
You're right. That's what happens when you trim down. You go there. He starts getting all kinds of.
Oh, dude!
It's amazing.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
Dude, I'm leaving the group text. Can I just say one thing behind that photo just to defend myself a little bit?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So we all know that Crush Kill Destroy is blowing up. And everybody's wearing it. It's the biggest thing on the street. All the cool kids are doing it.
It's true.
So I believe it was Dave that I saw on here earlier took some nice. Was that Dave that took those pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dave took some pictures of a really attractive girl modeling Crush Kill Destroy wear. So as a joke, I sent Jimmy a text of me wearing the same shirt posed like that and had no clue that this was going to happen. But
it's in the ether, Joe. It can get used at any moment. You got to be careful.
But I mean, Joe's the king of putting people's faces on other bodies and other situations. He's got his app. He's like, I'm gonna put Corey's face on this guy. So
true. He does that.
He does that.
Oh, so great. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
I think the thing I like the most about this magazine cover, if you look, it actually says Joe Cool, getting to know the UK's hottest hip hop prodigy, which it's just part of the thing I found online. But
that's Joe.
I think it's hilarious.
It's hysterical.
Wow. And now the best part is for anybody that's tuning in and watching our dumbasses, this is what it's like when we hang out, except we just don't have the pop-ups.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Jen.
Yeah. Good point. I mean, right here, I don't think you could really accomplish what you've done probably without Jen's support.
No.
Super important. No. Again, friends and family key. So that's awesome.
I do love my wife. She's there behind me the entire way.
Great.
I mean, she's been behind me the entire way. I'm sorry, man. All right. The one thing with the weight loss surgery is I went from like having 8 drinks and being completely like, holy shit, to now it takes like a drink and a half, and I've had 2 since I've been on the air.
Oh, so trouble's brewing.
All right, before you get too crazy over here, I want to ask you about work now. We talked a little bit about work, now meaning like how are things going to move forward with everything going on, or do you have any idea about like getting back to work, any big changes you see once you get back to work, how everything's going to affect the things that you do at Yale being a cook?
All right, so major changes. Like everything that one of the aspects of my job that I really love was getting to know my students. Like I said, over a 4-year period, you really get to know them. You meet their families when they come in and stuff like that. Sure. And they pay big money to go to Yale, and we're putting out some top-notch food, and all that's gone. It's pretty much going to be like, and don't get me wrong, not the quality of a Cumberland Farms or a mobile station grab and go out of the cooler.
Yeah.
But all colleges are going to be grab and go. So we serve 2,600 meals out of my kitchen on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So to turn around that many people, you're going to have to walk in and have a turnaround time of under a minute, they said, to grab your food and go. You're going to have to look online, see what they have, go in and grab it and go.
Wow.
And if it has to be heated up, you're going to microwave it probably. And it's all temporary, but I talked to people that work for other colleges, and the whole buffet system, hotels, everything, buffets are gone. You can't be touching utensils that other people touched anymore right now. So our job's going to be different. So we literally are going to go back to a job. It's food. We're going to cook.
Right.
But we're going to go into a job that we never had before, because now we're going to be going in and cooking food to be packaged, to be put out, that they could just grab and go.
Yeah.
So you're still actually cooking the food yourselves, and then these things are getting packaged up.
Right, but the thing is, now it narrows your big menu of choices. Your choices of the menu, it narrows them down to what could be packaged. You know what I mean? I used to work for what was called the Bowl Station, and we put out a different menu every single day. And one day it could be on a plate, one day it could be in a bowl. We could, but that station is like gone because there's no way to put that in a carry container to go.
Right. Yep.
So the jobs that we used to go and cook and do are no longer going to be there. It's going to be, okay, this is what we cook now. Now we package it up, put it out. And while the students are coming in and grabbing that meal, we're probably, this is again hypothetical, I'm just assuming, while they're grabbing that meal, we'll be cooking and prepping and packaging the next meal.
Right.
Yeah.
For the next wave of kids to come in.
No doubt.
So typically it's set up as a line where the students come through and they're grabbing their shit. Typically, is that what it is? Buffet.
Well, the kitchen I work in is brand new kitchen there, just opened 2 years ago. And we work at cooking stations. Like if you went to a hotel, a nice hotel, and they had a very nice buffet where you go, they have an El Forno oven where you could go get brick oven pizza, or they have like where I worked, where I'm doing action cooking and serving you your ramen. I'm cooking it to order.
Right.
So that's what our dining is like in my unit. But for the most part, you go in and you grab what you want, but you serve it to yourself. We're cooking it, putting it out, they're grabbing it. We're putting out like 10 servings at a time. So there's times that you meet the students, you talk to them, but no more, man. Under a minute, in and out.
And look, there's a fact that Nicole wants to bring up. Seems like it's somewhat important, maybe. Those that
dude
might want to play bingo.
Dude, she's right. In fact, you might want to say bingo.
Maybe I could use that for a new Crush Kill Destroy shirt or something.
Bang.
Bingo.
There you go. Perfect.
So let me do a little promo for myself here, just to let people know, pay the bills. Yeah. I know I talked to you guys about this before, but to do the broadcast and keep the Crush Corner going. Also, because I find myself when I'm shipping orders with shirts and stuff, I appreciate the orders that come in. I get a new order. I'm stoked about it. I'm packing up a shirt. I'm throwing a bunch of free shit in there. So if you want to donate $1, it costs me about it costs just under $20 to do the Crush Corner and have all these fun graphics, invite people in and do all this shit. So if anyone wants to do a PayPal thing, a buck if you can, that's cool. Or just order a bunch of shit off of my website. That's even better.
There you go. That's a nice one. I love that.
Oh, which one was that? The COVID one?
It's the work shirt.
Well, the work shirt, yeah.
Yeah, you had the other ones out too, showing them all off.
We got them all, man.
That was fun.
I haven't worked at 4 months, and I spent all my savings on Crush, Kill, Destroy shirts.
He's just trying to feed me.
There you go.
This is killer, man. I wear this one all the time.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I got I got my son has the face mask, but I have the bandana.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Sweet.
So
I gotta ask you. I gotta answer your question before the Joe Cool name you had.
Oh yeah.
Came on.
Definitely.
Snoopy's alter ego is Joe Cool, and when you're a kid and a cartoon character, his alter ego is Joe Cool. That's like pretty cool. So
yeah,
I've always loved Joe Cool, and I believe my second tattoo. This is a funny Jimmy story, actually. I said, Jimmy, all right. I love you.
When you say Jimmy, you're talking about me. You're not talking about your.
All right, yeah. Oh, that's another thing I found out.
Oh,
only us know Jimmy as Jimmy. I just found this out.
That's a bigger fact than
really?
Jim, I think.
It's Jim. See, the tag says Jim Lepresti.
Yeah.
So if anybody comes into the shop and says, "Hey, is Jimmy here?" They go, "Oh, someone from Bridgeport's here," because nobody else knows him as Jimmy. I didn't know that.
Absolutely,
that's true.
It's a time period thing. I think it's. I'd probably say from like, the 80s for sure. If someone's calling me Jimmy, they're definitely an acquaintance or a good friend from the 80s. So it's a time period thing.
So anyway, I wanted I said, "Hey, I want Joe Cool on my back." He's like, "Who's Joe Cool?" I'm like, "Snoopy," but Joe Cool. And I want to do like a casino. I want to do a casino thing. Jimmy draws up the stuff. I go in there, and it's a picture of Snoopy. And I'm like, that's not Joe Cool. He's like, what do you mean that's not Joe Cool? I'm like, dude. And I called. We were in Sonia. You were in Sonia back in the day. So I'm trying to even remember who I called over. Whatever artist was there, and they walked in. They're like, "That's not Joe Cool. That's Snoopy." They're like, "You don't know who Joe Cool is?" So that's the Jimmy's little Joe Cool story. But I've had a Joe Cool tattoo on my back, and the best part about is the great people at Lucky Soul. At 70 years old, my mom got her first tattoo, and I think Tracy said she's got like 14 now.
Yeah, she said that.
She got inducted into Lucky Soul Tattoo as Mama Cool because I'm known as Joe Cool because of the tattoo.
Yep.
So my mom for the past 10 years has been known as Mama Cool.
Nice. There it is.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
So I want to, Joe, I want to ask you before I forget about it, just because in respects to what it is that we all do, and try to do the best we can at what it is we're doing. So we're talking about your cooking, and you kind of answered it, but I want to know if you personally think that preparing a meal, presenting a meal, cooking it awesome, you think it's ultimately like an innate ability to do that? Do you think it measures up or can go against just going to school, going to cooking school or whatever it is? Or do you think ultimately it's something that you just have within you and you get in there and you do it, and it's an art in itself?
I think it's completely an art, because if you have to divide people between, I don't know which one's the art side, right or left.
Yeah.
The brain.
Right side of the brain.
Right side of the brain. So I'm definitely more right side of the brain, because that it is art. You're putting yourself on a plate. No matter whether you work at McDonald's, well, not really McDonald's, but any kind of sit down place. The cook is putting something on a plate that has to look good.
Yeah.
They have to make a burger look like the best burger ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to make it look good on a plate. But just like when you're sitting there doing a tattoo, whether you know the person or not, you try to relate to the person while you're doing it and get personable with them.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing when you cook, man. You're cooking this food, and there's nothing better than when you get to see the person eat the food that you cook, because that's like the money shot. Like, they fucking like that. That's good, huh? You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? We got a really cool comment here we got to bring out. Anthony Federico has
look at that.
A very nice comment to make. Yeah, they are awesome. I just ordered a few more.
I did see that, and I'll get those out to you ASAP.
That's all right. We have it, bro.
Oh, you know what I don't have here? I haven't seen it. I mean, I know you've only had one show, and I have it downstairs, but I didn't come prepared, man. Do you have one of the first responder bags to give a shout out to Tracy? Because I have one left at my house. I could go get it and hold it up.
I do not have them printed.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, Joe will be right back.
Joe's gonna take a step away.
He's gonna take a step away because he's cuckoo like that.
He is. He really is. Hey, look, it's Paul. What's up?
Oh, look at that. Paul jumped on and fucking Joe took a step out.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
It really is. That is too funny. But that's okay. When he comes back, we've got some cool stuff to chat with him about.
I mean, that's the thing with Joe too, is his appreciation for everything and everything.
Dude, like, this is a shout out to your wife right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She made these bags for nurses. I believe you know about these. You got Kim one, because Corey's sister is a nurse on the COVID floor, man. Give a shout out to Kim.
Yes, she's on here too. But Joe, when we went to wish Jimmy a happy birthday, that's the day we got those bags.
Yeah, but I've ordered them again since then. Because I found out that you know what you find out?
That was my first interaction with those bags.
Oh yeah, mine too. But you know what you find out? That these are an awesome way to appreciate someone in your life that goes to work every day as a nurse or something like that. So we all know somebody who does that. So buy a bag. You got Tracy Rose, right? Is that where you go? Tracy Rose, what? How do you buy her?
Well, she was doing it definitely through her Instagram and probably Facebook stuff.
Oh, Paul. Jesus. Look at Melissa's on. What's up? And you're probably right. He should get a tattoo. I'm just not sure.
Paul's long overdue.
How that's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Love you, Paul, man, but you know.
Chris is clearing everything up for us here, so.
That's probably true too, Rads.
Oh, Joe, before I forget, the talking about the cooking in general, you described it. There's so many parts to cooking itself. It's obviously a cast meal and presentation and an overall experience. It encompasses everything. It's an art in itself. It's just like me tattooing. People come into the shop, they feel greeted, they feel comfortable. It's a good looking place. You sit down, you have a good experience. Do you have one experience that is like the key or like a most memorable thing overall experience, banging food, drink, atmosphere that sticks out for you? Like you and Jen went somewhere, or anything could be like, or a whole meal that you cooked, sat down, anything, restaurant, home, anywhere, something that's like really, really sticks out for you.
All right. I would say there's so many different things there.
Different aspects.
Yeah. But I'm going to say, as far as going out to a restaurant, I do recall having the best meal I ever ordered. It was seared ahi tuna. Trying to think, it used to be called Sage. I can't remember the name of it now in New Haven.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh God, what the hell's the name of it? Anyway, the guy that owns it is a really good chef. He's also he was the chef at Geronimo's, I believe, at one point.
Oh, no shit.
But that was the best meal I've ever ordered at a restaurant. But as far as cooking a meal, you're only good as the last meal you put out, and I try to put out good meals all the time, man. You know what I mean? This time,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I am awesome at what I know how to do.
Right.
I can't do everything.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna cook it for people,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound like I'm an asshole, but
No.
I will not cook something for you that I know I can't give you something good that you're gonna love.
Well, that goes along with a lot of creative people in art. In the same way, you're going to embrace whatever it is that you do well. You're going to embrace it, and you're going to go into it both feet, knowing that you're going to present a product or a piece of art or whatever it is, and step back and say, "This is, I know I put 100% into this." And then someone may throw you a curveball and ask you for something. And you say, I'm not the best at that. I can't put 100% into that, but this is what I do. And here it is, and it's fucking awesome. So,
and there's two things that need to be brought up here. One, looks like Jen and Chuck know the place.
Oh yeah,
Shell and Bones. And the second thing, and there's a lot of witnesses to this one.
Can I get a witness?
Paul wants the American flag on his back for his first tattoo.
Which means he's definitely drunk.
Right. It just flows so perfectly.
Hold on.
And then what just popped up?
Jimmy's shitting his pants right now because that means he has to shave hairy back. Shave Paul's hairy's back.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Barbecue props.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's back when I used to have the 4th of July parties.
Yeah, man.
It's nice to see the affirmation of people
That's right there.
Latching on to things that we can bring up, which is the heart of Crush, Kill, Destroy, and know that people appreciate it and take it in and actually it's the motivation I believe to buy stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the reasons why I have the Crush Corner to bring people into it, showcase people that I admire and respect, because I'm fueled by you guys and everything that I witness and see people do. And then I could be laying on the couch and this thing pops in my head and I say, oh, do what you do it damn good. Crush, Kill, Destroy. All these ideas pop into my head. So, I talked about this 100% last time, where I got the concept from when I used that in a couple of the shirts. Now at this point, it's definitely on the silence is better than bullshit. On the bottom, it has 100%. I have it on a couple stickers. So I'm inspired by my friends and people that just are doing awesome shit, so.
Dude, and everybody at your shop has that same mentality, because everybody at Lucky Soul is like, man, they are crush, kill, and destroying everything they put their hands on.
That's very true.
Including Fernie. Fernie.
What do we have here?
Good point from Jen. This is
wow, look at that.
This is actually a really good. I love when we get the comments that make me push me into like the ideas or the things I wanted to talk about with Joe. So thinking about this, being home since March, all of us have been kind of, a good group of friends have been kind of stowed away at home and doing our thing.
Dude, can you imagine we could get any closer than we already were over the past 4 months?
That sounds really strange, but
no, you know what I'm saying, though, dude. Really, dude. I see you more now than I did then. I'm seeing you now.
Yeah, and technologically connected. We've had a chance to social distance safely and see each other. Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah. So this is perfect, Joe. Like, my question for you, and I asked Corey the same thing, has the, whatever you want to call it, lockdown, the quarantine, which isn't so much anymore, social distancing, everything happening. What has it taught you? What deeper thing has it taught you about yourself? What having this time at home, family, being in the backyard, doing all the shit you did in the backyard, like anything that really came up about yourself that you're like, this is fucking important to me. I'm going to move forward with life as crazy as it is with this in mind.
Yes, completely. But I want you to understand it's a double-edged sword answer, because as much as I want to support my local businesses and stuff like that, of all the places I used to frequent, you know me, man. I'm a guy that goes out. I do a lot of things. We have a lot of fun. I played in my weekends around Corey's every other weekend. You know what I mean? Me and Corey used to a band every other weekend. We do shit like that. The one thing that I've learned through all this is the one thing I miss is the live music, but I don't miss any of the other things else, man. I've learned to appreciate so much more about my surroundings.
Yeah.
And I don't need to go to a bar. I don't need to go to a restaurant, because I could cook whatever we want to eat. I've done it for the past 4 months. And anyway, but granted, it's summertime and it's a lot easier right now, but I got to tell you, man, overall, our family is doing really good mentally. And, we play board games all the time. And, you know what I mean? We chill out in the backyard.
Awesome.
I whip my son's ass in cornhole.
Hey, Jeff's got an interesting question. Coleman.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, he's asking about whether or not there's a life isn't good sticker.
Okay. So I know what Jeff's talking about. Life is what you make. Yeah, Jeff, that actually, so that was that's a good question, because it's a spin-off, obviously, of the Life is Good. I ripped off the look of it, because sometimes that's what you got to do. Jeff, that sticker is on the website now. I don't know how long it's going to be up there for. It's Life Isn't Good. It's what you fucking make it.
That's right. That's all.
It's on the website now. If you jump on and go to the stickers and stuff section of the website, you can grab some of those. I do have a good stack of them left, but I think once they're gone, they're gone. And Lori grabbed one of those.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing cooler than when you pull up and you see a CKD sticker somewhere. You're like, fuck yeah, someone cool put that there.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. So it's nice, because I just posted a picture, I think today, I forget, I don't even remember, that Dave from Massachusetts, he was out sticker bombing shit, and not only is it a cool fact that he sticker bombed something, he got a really nice photo of it too, so that's awesome. And Nicole was saying, I know she was upset. Oh wait, that's not the comment I wanted.
What happened?
She was upset at one point. I had the interesting thing about the life isn't good. It's what you fucking make of it, or whatever. I didn't put that out on the website because it was a blatant ripoff of the life is good sticker.
Right.
And potentially what can happen. I mean, this stuff has happened for ages. People are inspired by like very strong logos. Coca-Cola, the Black Flag logo. I have a Black Flag shirt that I did resembling Black Flag. It happens all the time. And then if people get wind of it, a company or something, the worst thing they do is put a cease and desist. And you can't use that logo. You got to change it.
Yeah.
But all publicity is good publicity. That's why I did it. Like, fuck it. So I had it. It was in a sticker pack at one point, and it was a surprise sticker. You couldn't really see it, but if you ordered the sticker pack for $10, I think it was included in that. And then I decided I gave a couple free away, and people loved it. I just put it on the website as its own sticker to order. So that's what.
And Paul, I think, is just wanted to let everyone know what he's drinking. I'm assuming.
He's getting all UB.
I can't imagine him singing that song. So
yeah, he's getting all UB40 on us. Red.
Paul Ferrigno, the original two-head.
So, in respects to what we just talked about, you were saying about all of us were typically, Friday night comes around, Saturday we say, hey, let's go meet up at the brewery. Let's go to a small bar. Let's hang out. Right now, where we are with the social distancing, the virus, things are changing. Things are getting, starting to open up. You have one aspect, things are opening up and they're trying things out, outside dining, limited inside.
Yep.
And then, anyone knows if you jump on the news, you're going to hear a bunch of shit. Texas is starting to reclose instead of reopen. Reclose.
Yeah.
So are you how have you relaxed or not about social distancing, especially in respect to health-wise with the family, mom, anyone else with compromised immunes? Are you still just on it, like home, mask, fuck that? Like,
all right. I am the same exact person I was on March. Anthony had his tonsils out on March 10th, so I was already worried about him going in to have that surgery done.
Yeah.
So pretty much since March 10th, I've lived my life the same way, man. I wiped down my groceries. You could say whatever you want about me, man, but you know what? It is June 27th, whatever, and nobody in my family got sick. I'm not changing the way I'm living. It's a nasty thing. I got a mom who's really sick. I got a sister with autoimmune. I love you, Sherry, if you're out there. Sherry and Brianna, if you're watching.
What up?
Who again? Sherry, Brianna, Jimmy. It treats like they're his family. You know what I mean? Everybody, my whole family got tattoos from Jimmy. You know.
They did.
But yeah, I'm not changing a goddamn thing because
yeah.
So, I'm not ready. You know what's gonna, in my eyes, what's gonna happen is we're gonna spike up. I'm pretty much saying mid-July, man. If the numbers are still good on mid-July, I might start changing how I live a little bit. But as we start to open up, I think cases are gonna go up, and I personally can't introduce anything into my life because I'm my mom's caretaker.
Yeah.
Or one of my mom's caretakers.
So yeah, I mean, it's out of a sense of safety and respect. Right. Obviously, you've maintained this thing since the beginning of the news that everything was happening. So,
and it's not hard keeping a 19-year-old whose college career got cut short because of this virus to social distance. That's why I'm saying, man, we're making things work, man. My son Joey's put up with a lot because think about when we were 19. If our parents said, "Oh, you're not going anywhere,"
yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
true.
It's a first for all of us to be in the middle of all this stuff. It's crazy, but yeah, I can imagine us back then, young people. We'd be like, "What? Fuck that!" Man, we're out of here.
I remember, dude. It's so funny how history repeats itself because now we lived in Bridgeport back in the day.
You're right.
I remember the night of the LA riots. My parents would not let me go out. I was 20 years old. My parents wouldn't let me go out that night because they were worried about riots happening in Bridgeport.
Yeah.
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 So I just thought about that right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost the same scenario, except I've been keeping them on lockdown since March.
Yeah.
There's absolutely
Anthony actually just commenting on what you just said, Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He says he's not going back to school for so long because he had his tonsils out.
Yeah. Anthony came out of school before the quarantine and all that stuff happened. He's been out of school before being out of school was the norm.
Right. Yeah. I got you. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's I want to talk about one of the shirts because it kind of pertains to the decisions that we make as far as social distancing and wearing a mask or not. And we can't get too far into it because the crush corner, if you get too far off,
non-political, man.
Corey knows what happens, right, Corey?
I do. Yeah.
we crush it. But I wanted to ask you. I know one of the shirts you got. And
Are we talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm talking Joe. Yeah. One of the shirts you got. I'll tell you where the concept came from, and I'll tell you my experience with it, and then you can tell me why you scrolled through Crush, Kill, Destroy and said, "Oh, I want that shirt. It's cool," and for whatever reason. But the entitlement is the curse of the ego. This is this shirt personally for me. This was within a conversation I had with someone, and we talk about stuff, and it's tough, especially now, because you talk entitlement. It means people believe they deserve a special treatment, and it's definitely our ego overpowers our ability to be compassionate and to listen to other people. And it's like, so I've actually over time, when I came out with this shirt and I had it printed, I did a couple posts, and one was a picture that I took that I witnessed. I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and this guy had this truck, and the truck was parked crooked in two spaces. And I stopped and I looked and I said, this guy thinks like he needs his coffee right now when he wants it, and he's not thinking about the next person because the guy's parked crooked in two spaces. Yep. So that's an idea or a reason that I made this shirt. And on the shirt on the front is a monkey skull, and there's a thing called monkey mind, which is referred in they talk about it in some other like spiritual aspects. Monkey mind is like a ping pong ball. It just jumps around. It's like, I'll do this, and it doesn't take other people's feelings into consideration. So entitlement, curse of the ego, that's where the shirt concept comes from. But Joe, I knew you grabbed this one, and I was just curious why you wanted that one.
Dude. Your deepness of the design of that shirt is so much more than me picking that shirt out. You know why?
And
because I couldn't see the screen. I actually had to go pick up the shirt from the bed to see what it said. I'm gonna be so honest with you, dude, because you know I love you. I wanted something that said Crush, Kill, Destroy, the biggest that you had, so I could promote your product. I never paid attention to what it said. I tried to get your biggest logo stuff so I could get your logo out there. And it wasn't until after that when you came out with the coronavirus one, where I actually started paying attention to the meanings of all the shirts. I had already owned that shirt. You know what I mean? And I bought it strictly because it said Crush, Kill, Destroy right across the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a beautiful thing too, because Corey and I talked about the last week we talked about the logo in itself, and it was, there was so many aspects of the design itself and what it meant to different people. I
was with Corey in Philly when he turned the logo upside down, when he turned the logo sideways. I was like, holy shit, it says CKD. I never knew that. Yeah. I never knew it said CKD.
Yeah.
I saw like a skull. Like I actually saw a monkey skull. That's what I saw.
That's what it is. So now you know where it comes from. But like Corey and I were talking earlier, I think the great thing about the concept of Crush, Kill, Destroy, number one, first and foremost, that's why the catchphrase sticks. Do what you do it damn good. But you can see a motto on a shirt and relate to it, or you can see it as completely just a design and be like, yo, that's fucking badass looking.
Right.
I think it's
the thing about it, Jim, is you could relate it to anything you do in life. Anything.
That's right.
You wake up, you gotta crush it, kill it, destroy it. That's why no matter what you do, if you pick up garbage for a living, fucking crush it, kill it, destroy it. Do your fucking shit, do it good. You know what I mean? Feel proud about what you do, no matter what you do in life.
That's what it's all about. And Jeff's excited too.
Yeah, I mean, Nicole made that point. Basically, people believe, or younger generation, things should be handed to them. Yeah, there's nothing with substance in your life without working hard for it, basically. So that's the Crush, Kill, Destroy thing.
If you're gonna be a lazy bastard, be the best damn lazy bastard you could be.
Yeah, do it good. Damn it. So Paul brought this up. Oh yes.
Oh, well, last week when we were talking, Jim, you know, and I'm wearing it right now. And Paul just referenced it. I think he didn't get it 100% correct, but the Don't Sleep shirt, that was one of the newest ones that came out.
Could you stand up, Corey? Because I've never seen that. What's it? Does it just say, oh, what's it saying about? Oh, look at that.
So like that. We didn't get a chance.
Jim, can you add that to the order form for me?
But what was the inspiration behind this one? Like this one, you know, like you said, there's interpretations everyone can kind of have about the shirt and the designs. But what drove you to create like this shirt?
Absolutely, and this is one of those that borders on a not a gray area, but it's a line that can go. It's definitely. I mean, I have my own experience with it, and the idea comes up, and then I put the artwork together and print the shirt. But you can buy the shirt, wear it, and have your own idea about it. For me, it was basically don't sleep. Don't sleep is, you know, to me, it's just don't go with the tide. You know, go against the tide, and going against the tide for me personally means doing research. You know, we can, especially, it's so strong today. I mean, obviously it was influenced by what's happening now, because I mean, I over the last couple months, I've had my own frustrations with the news in particular, where I would read something that made absolute sense to me, and someone would tell me that's bullshit, man. So don't sleep is just to be aware of things and do your own research. Joe's cracking up for some reason.
Chuck's comment, dude.
No,
Chuck's comment's awesome.
Chuck's right, I think.
That's actually a really great point.
And Lori actually has another good point also about Roy, which I believe is true, because I'm loving what's going on with the beard growing.
Oh yeah,
it's so cool. What up, Roy?
What up, Roy?
What up?
But and actually Nicole made a good point, because it does have. I'm not going to deny that it has a double meaning, because I really don't sleep. You know, that's a big part. It's not sleeping.
I don't think Paul does either, because he's telling everybody to stay woke.
I know. What is Paul's problem?
I don't really know.
Stay woke. I mean, woke is it's actually taken that. I mean, it's a really good point. It's taken time, and it does refer to the shirt. Taking time to
sorry, Paul.
Just be aware of shit, and not just take media or take things for the word. You know, take time and research and have your own understanding of it. You know,
right? Well, dude,
you know what people have to do?
When I
do exactly. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Corey.
Oh, go ahead, Joe. No, go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to say, people have to do exactly what we do. You know, we're a bunch of fucking middle-aged guys that care about what's going on in the world and care about people. And every morning, whoever wakes up first sends a morning text out in our group, dude. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And somebody posts some bullshit that's going on, and then somebody else investigates it to see if it's true and say, dude, it's true, or dude, that's not true. Don't worry about it. Because that's what you got to do now. You have to fucking crush, kill, destroy everything you do. You have to say, I can't just take that's true. I have to make sure that's true.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep. No, but all I was going to say is, like, when I saw this shirt, one of the first things that it kind of ties back to the whole CKD thing is, when I read this "don't sleep," the next words that came out of my mouth were "on me."
Yeah.
And it just resonated with me about, again, tying the CKD thing back to it all. Because, like you say, you wake up every day, whatever it is you're supposed to do, whatever the responsibilities are, you're just going to go at them, and you're going to crush them. You're going to kill them, and you're going to.
You know what, dude? That's a huge point, and it's super strong, because I had a friend many years ago, my buddy Gary Koenig, that passed away, who
G-Bomb, right?
G-Bomb, that was one of his sayings, and it was the dude, because the dude got tattooed by so many people. He was patronizing like local tattoo shops, and he really respected all these local artists. It wasn't it wasn't jumping online and seeing the artist that was in the limelight, the best artist. He wasn't going to these people. He was bouncing around getting tattooed by so many people in Connecticut. And I remember him getting a pretty badass tattoo from a guy in New Haven, this dude Julio, and he got this cool tattoo, and he came in my shop, and he was like, yo, he's like, yo, check out this. I was like, yo, that's beautiful artwork. And he would say, yeah. He's like, don't sleep on Julio, man. Don't sleep on Julio. basically he was saying, you need to recognize that there's talent close to us.
Yeah.
So within the crush, kill, destroy idea, and especially doing the Crush Corner, that's my goal, is to bring people into the live stream, to put it out there, because there's so much shit that we have this news, and we're like, this guy, this famous guy, this politician, this and this, and in the meantime, we're the people with 2 feet on the ground. We're trying to make ends meet. We're trying to get through life right now with the difficult times.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are doing awesome shit, and they're our friends, they're our family, and they're local, and so that's a huge thing. So, don't sleep on those people, man. They're doing really good shit. Making changes. So
yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Corey, I see you progressed to the can. You got no more glass left. You've gone to the can.
Dude, look how jealous. Look at Rads. He's so
look
jealous.
at Rads. We are very cute, aren't we? Oh, and Paul thinks Chris is cute. I think Paul needs to cut off the booze.
So we're a little bit after 10, so we're gonna move stuff along. I want to ask Joe a couple. I think maybe one more thing, and then we're gonna move on to doing our.
It's not the question you texted me, right? Different question.
I don't even remember, but
okay, buddy, I thought so.
No, it's not that actually.
Oh boy, it's going off the rails.
I mean, I like to bring this up. There's a good chance I might bring it up on every time I do this, just because it's don't sleep on our heroes, our close friends and family, people that made a difference in our life. And I talked to Corey about this last week, and the inspiration to do Crush, Kill, Destroy was my dad. And I know I talked to you last week, Joe, and I know you brought a comment up about your mom, who is a badass. Last week, I explained my dad is not the typical guy. You could see his pocket protector, button-down shirt, and slacks. And he did some things in my life that were he defined himself in my eyes as a badass, because he was a very compassionate person. He made everyone feel comfortable, and he was just a really good dude. So in respect to that, your opinion and idea of what is a badass in the sense of what I'm doing with Crush, Kill, Destroy. And I know you talked about your mom last week and what she's endured. And
well, I'm going to use her as the example then, man.
That's kind of
because I'm going to tell you right now. For those who don't know, my mom is 80 years old. She has leukemia. My mom has always looked much younger than she is in years. She crushed to kill to destroy her entire life. You know what I mean? She's I'm the youngest of 3. She was the typical, stay-at-home mom until it became cool to go to work, and then she went to work, whatever. And, but she has leukemia right now, and she goes to the hospital every other day. And then on the 4th week, she goes for 10 days in a row. So she's killing that. She's fucking determined. She's killing this shit. You know what I mean? But don't sleep right there, yeah. But I'm gonna go back to a story about what a badass she is. It's gotta be. I can't even tell you how many years it is right now. But she was going on a family vacation, not with me. Just like I was already married, so it was not too long ago, but long enough. And she had some pain, and she was like, "No, I'm fucking cool, man." But she didn't tell us that she had pain. We hear this later on.
Yep.
The woman's appendix burst. And dude, they found out about it like a month later because they found like this big mass in her. And dude, she was living in pain for a month, and she was just going about her business because she had to do her. She had to do her. She had to to work. She had to do what she had to do, and she was just dealing with what she thought was minor stomach pain. Her appendix burst. That's a badass.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? She has no sense of pain, man. She does what she has to do.
Yep. She's got the mind.
And then thank God that it all like all that shit like covered all over and masticized. So it actually was a good thing because they just went in and took everything out. But
right.
She was like, "No, I'm not missing my vacation. I'm going." You know what I mean? She didn't tell any of us that she was in pain. Mr. Lepresti,
yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had this far with your mom coming into the shop, getting tattooed for very, very important reasons, obviously. And, all
right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're over time. Can I list one more badass in case anybody's watching?
Absolutely. I will. Crush Corner goes until we feel the need to stop. So there's no limit.
My sister is a fucking badass.
What's that?
Sherry Falisco, my sister, is a fucking badass.
Absolutely.
She's gone through some shit that no mother has to fucking go through. And she gets up every day and kills it.
Yeah. And it takes a certain amount of a strong mind and heart to be able to put one foot in front of the other after the experience. And if people don't know, if you don't mind, I will say,
I don't care. Go ahead, man.
Sherry lost her son, Joe's nephew. How long has it been? It's been quite a while now. It goes so quick, man. It's so crazy, Joe.
He died in 2008, the day of the blizzard.
Yeah, 2008. Which was in
his sleep. He wasn't sick or anything, man. Just totally unexpected.
Yeah. So to have that kind of loss is, incomprehensible to deal with, and to be able to wake up every day and keep going is the highest idea of crush killing and destroying it. To put your heart and mind in a place like that. So
the pinnacle, way up there.
And it's in its perspective, those experiences in life, they need to be looked at, appreciated, and put our own lives in perspective and say, if this person can find the fucking fortitude to move on, I should stop complaining that,
I view my life different ever since that day, man. And this is one thing, again, if I could say one thing, and you guys know me, so I'm not preaching to you. You have to find a positive out of the negative. And that's the one thing we did as a family, man. You appreciate life so much more. Yeah. You appreciate the little things, and you don't sweat the fucking stupid shit. You know what I mean? I always say, man, you got to take the good out of the bad. You got to take the good out of the bad. And I say that because if you don't, you will go batshit crazy.
That's it. Yeah. And that's a huge point too. Like to be able to dig down and find some positive shit like that is a very, very difficult task. And now we're in these times where all the nation, the whole world has to dig down and find some positive.
I always say that, dude. We all that's what I always try to tell people when somebody say, "Oh, what's that tattoo for?" "Oh, that's for my nephew." Blah blah blah. I said, "But that's my story." I said, "Every one of us has our story."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
I don't say my story because like, oh, poor me. Corey, your dad. You know what I mean? Your dad's sick. Jimmy, your dad. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We all got the same stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
but we all do what we got to do. You know what I mean? This is just how we were raised.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just do what you got to do.
Well, and it's the stage in our life, right? Like we've talked about it, right? You think about where we are, man. Like next year, we'll be doing this, right? And we're all going to be in the 50 mode. Like 50. Right? I mean, it's amazing when you really think about it. Like, I mean, it's just mind blowing, but it's a different phase of our lives. And like, so when you age, everything else ages with it, right? Family, parents, everything keeps moving. Time just keeps doing its thing. We keep moving along. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. And they're in college now. It's amazing.
Yeah, that top one is in college.
Yeah, see that? That's what I'm saying. It's amazing. Just amazing. Time is a funny thing.
Crazy. I think we've come to the point where it's time for me to give some shit away.
Give it away.
So let's see.
See right there. You know who that is? That's what you talk about. Crush, Kill, Destroy. Jimmy. When I was 400 pounds, I didn't have a shirt that would fit me. So when he showed up at my house, he brought me this because he crushes it and kills it and destroys it. Because Jimmy is a jack of all trades.
He's the man. Look, Mike's got some good comments coming up. We got Mike. Mike's got a good comment.
Yeah, Kathy definitely understands the loss, dude. Obviously, so it's important for another feeling behind the crush, kill, destroy concept is it's impossible for anyone to have a true and total understanding unless you have your own experience. So that kind of loss, I can appreciate it. I can be compassionate and try to help, but I can never fully understand that. So to know loss and to share it with someone, you can have that kind of understanding. So I know Kathy personally, I did do the portrait of her son on her leg, and it's which
Kathy,
thankfully,
peace and love to you, man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to overstep you there, Jim, but
absolutely.
You're part of a club no one wants to be part of. You're part of a club that no one wants to be a part of, and peace and love to you, man.
Yeah. And if we're lucky enough to have a good support system, like you said, Joe, and to find some positive and some kind of enlightenment, if you want to call that, and keep moving forward, it's truly important.
Look at there's got to be a call out here. Look at Radion's call out. Do you see that? Awesome.
Silver anniversaries.
We are all going to be there, bro. The big 5-0.
Oh yeah, we turned 50 next year.
Yeah, next year. Jeff's already in there. Forget about that.
Still looks younger than me and way more handsome. All right, so let's get ready to do a few guys. Everybody out there listening, we have trivia coming up right here. We have one little blurb. I'm gonna do this shit. Let me tell you what it is. Okay, so this week's trivia, which is cool, we have the opportunity to do sound bites and video and all that fun stuff. So I am, in respects to there's just so much stuff. This happens. This is why we run over the time, because it's fun.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
So you guys focus here. In respect to Joe's cooking career,
yes,
and respectable chefs and cooks and etc. that he might be into, and things that came up for me. I'm a huge Anthony Bourdain fan, and actually, ironically, someone we lost was I think 2 years ago. As we're talking about loss, which I didn't even know it would come up in that aspect. But
hi, Pam.
Hey, Pam. So what I'm gonna do is this is for trivia. If you guys are listening,
pay attention.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a segment from Anthony Bourdain's No Reservation series. It's a very short segment. It's one of the wackiest ones I watched. I love it. And you guys out there listening, you need to guess the city that this No Reservation segment was from.
The city.
Guess the city. If you guess the city, first comment that comes up with the correct answer I will get in touch with you via Facebook or whatever it is, Messenger, and you can pick anything off the Crush, Kill, Destroy website.
Nice.
So I'm going to play this little video thing. If no one gets it right away, we can play it again. So here we go. This is Anthony Bourdain. What city is he in?
I'm starting to feel a little strange. Maybe I shouldn't have drank so much acid.
Oh, that's great.
I figured you guys might appreciate that because it's so weird, and I remember watching the episode, and I was just like, "Oh man, this is so wacky." So, if we'll hang out.
Wait, look, Radzion had NYC.
No, good guesses, but
Ferrigno has Amsterdam.
Anthony said Colorado. I'm sorry, no, that's not it.
We got a New Orleans.
It is not. Very good guess. Very good guess.
And it wasn't Amsterdam, right?
Not Amsterdam.
Okay.
Wow, that would have been my guess because the trippiness.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tricky one.
It's a good one. It's one of my absolute favorites.
The part is Jimmy thought it was going to be easy.
I kind of thought it was going to be easy. We can do it again if you want.
Maybe one more time.
Want to take a look at it? He said
Derby. Radzion.
It's probably one of those nights I had to drive Chris home, but he says if you listen to this clip, he says I shouldn't have drank so much, and you can't hear it. You got to use your imagination. That might help.
We got a Tokyo, we got a Bridgeport, we got a France.
We got a France. We need a Bridgeport. We need a city. We need a city. That's all I can say.
Oh, that might be a hit.
We need a city.
I'm starting to feel a little strange. Maybe I shouldn't have drank so much acid.
Wait, we just got a pair of
We got it.
Nicole.
We got a winner.
There we go.
No,
Nicole got it. Rick was right behind her. Jen was right behind her.
Jen was right there too. Yeah.
Mexico
Jen,
City.
what are you doing? You don't need no CKD stuff. Come on.
Look at Paul, Mexico City.
So that was no reservations. That was Paris, and Anthony Bourdain was out at a one stop at a absinthe bar, and then moved to another one, and he was actually drinking absinthe when he was back at the hotel, and they did that shot with all the wacky stuff. So
wow.
So Nicole knows what to do. She can message me, or I'll shoot off a message, find something on the website, and it's yours.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Rick, I know, but it was about the city, Rick.
It's not like I'm from Connecticut. I'm from Bridgeport.
Great.
Right.
Great.
Exactly. Oh, Jeff loves absinthe.
Jeff is maybe when we have Jeff on, we could all drink absinthe and get all wacky. So
abstinent since marriage. Oh.
All right, guys, we're winding down. Huge shout out to Joe Cool. I love you, man. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh my God, Jimmy Lepresti, Crush, Kill, Destroy, Lucky Soul Tattoo. Everybody, give a shout out to them. Buy a gift card. Do anything you got to do. Support this guy.
Yeah.
we
my
have
brother from another
man.
So
no. Jimmy's the man.
Well, Jimmy's the man, but you're the man too.
Well, you're the man too.
All right, we're all the man.
We next week. So next week we got the holiday. We won't be on. Following that, we do have. I do have the next couple weeks lined up, and I could tell you that within probably 2 of those guests coming on, we're gonna have some music, which is awesome. Jeff's on watching. I set up some time with Jeff. He's gonna do some crazy mentalist stuff, and I'll definitely do some promo before it comes on, and work. Get it all set up.
Before, man, Jeff is really good.
That's
good.
Corey. Remember seeing Jeff do a show at Rudy's house like 20-something years ago?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some.
Remember that, Jeff? Jeff, you're still here. Do you remember doing that show at your cousin Rudy's house?
Dude, I remember the envelope trick. Well, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. That's what I always think of.
To this day, there's no way I could ever figure that thing out, man. Insane.
You guys have to tune in for Jeff.
Yeah, I got a list of dates, and I'll definitely do Instagram, Facebook promo of a upcoming Crush Corner show. So that's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Absolutely, always a good time.
And remember, your bottle hair.
Spreading the love.
I got you, Rick. I got the act ready to go. We'll hook up. Any closing comments, Corey, Joe, you guys?
No, it's always a blast, man. Love it.
Dude, I love you. Peace and love to everybody out there listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, stay safe.
For tuning in.
And big props to Jimmy, the badass that we all know.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Jim or James, but us old school people to Jimmy.
It's Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
Thank you guys so much. It was definitely a good time. Nicole says keep crushing it, killing it, destroying it. So we'll skip next week and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And definitely I have something fun lined up. So I hope everyone comes back and has a good time. Peace, Rick. I'll talk to you soon, man. Peace out, Chris. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Crush, kill, destroy. Keep it rolling. See you guys.
Later.
Oh, tech.